Hi there, my name is Etienne. I'm a physical rehabilitation therapist in Montreal. I'm making this video for my ISSA Strength and Conditioning Certification final exam. I'll be running through these exercises for an athlete who's getting ready for a mud run or Spartan run, which are two different kinds of obstacle runs. I'll be filling in as the athlete and giving you instructions on how to do the exercises. Hope you enjoy. So this is the workout plan for today. We're going to start with a 5-minute warm-up on the treadmill, walking on heels and toes and taking long steps at a easy to moderate speed. It's a fast walk. It's not just a short walk because we are trying to get the blood pumping. Then we're going to go to a 15-minute run, changing the incline on the treadmill to mimic kind of running on a mountain on different surfaces. And then we're going to move on to some pull-ups for strength, for climbing ropes and climbing over any obstacle that might be ahead. Some squats just for lower body strength to keep the joints strong, to be able to withstand the jumps, hops, running that the athlete is going to have to do. Then some burpees, because we know that mud runs or Spartan races have burpees when you are not able to complete an obstacle. Then some box jumps to prime your muscles to be able to deal with jumping over some of the obstacles that you're going to get. Again, we're trying to do all of the exercises a little bit through fatigue, because a mud run or Spartan run is long and strenuous, and it can take a while to get through things. And because you have all these obstacles to deal with, you want to be able to jump as high as you can, even under fatigue. Right after the box jumps, I'm going to do an odd object carry with a 50-pound dumbbell, walking 4 times around a little square that I'm going to make in the gym. Unfortunately, my gym is not too great for space, so I'm going to make do with what I have. Then I'm going to do some push-ups to add on to some of the body weight strength that you're going to need. The crawl under objects, and even for just a pushing movement, getting over objects. Finally, I'm going to end it with some plank variations, doing shoulder taps while keeping your core tight, and doing some side planks to keep your obliques and the side of your core strong, and finish off with some stretching to keep you limber. So I hope that you enjoy the video. Before starting the full workout, it's important to get warmed up, to increase your heart rate, get your blood circulating to the muscles that are going to be doing the work. I put an importance on waking up your calves, both the anterior portion and posterior portion, getting you ready for a good run and to prevent ankle injuries. The reason I incorporated the long steps is to mimic running on uneven surfaces on a mountain, maybe going from one stone to the other, avoiding what could be on the ground since it's rough terrain. I incorporated running at different inclines in the workout to mimic running on a mountain, going up and down, getting your muscles ready for the increased stress, because it's not the same as just running on a flat surface. So I just finished my 15-minute run, and I'm about to do my pull-ups. So some of the things that you want to be aware of is to keep your core nice and tight, and that you want to pull using your lats, not just your biceps. And you want to try to maintain a good neutral spine and not swing too much. So here goes nothing. You're going to want to squeeze your scapulas together and downward, as you're going to see in a second, to have a good posture and a strong muscle activation.
After doing the pull-ups, I moved on to warming up for the squat. I do this to get my joints and muscles ready for the movement and to improve my mobility. When doing squats, you want to have your feet shoulder width apart. Sometimes it could be wider depending on how your hips are made. That's up to you to decide. You want your knees to also flare out a little bit to keep them tracking over your feet in line with your middle toes. Now from the side view, you can see that my knees are coming slightly forward and my hips need to come down. Unfortunately, I don't have great mobility, so I can only go slightly below 90. All throughout the motion, you want to keep also a neutral spine and your core braced.
Pull-ups, the next thing on the menu is my 40 burpees, which is something that'll come up probably during one of the obstacle runs. So I'm going to focus on muscle endurance, taking my time, pacing myself, so that I can get through them.
The next thing on the workout is the 3x10 of box jumps. It's important to have a little bit of plyometrics in the workout, as the athlete's going to be running and jumping over obstacles. They are going to be fatigued while doing so, so I put this kind of to the middle end of my workout. Now usually you do want to work on plyometrics when you are fresh. But as part of the muscle endurance, I want to incorporate it at this point. The next item on the workout is the odd object carry. Here I just picked up a 50-pound dumbbell to mimic what would happen in an obstacle run. It's important to lift the object using your legs and bracing your core so that you don't injure your back. Same thing while you're walking around with the weight. You want it to be as close to your body as possible, and you want to have your core braced, but you don't want to be holding your breath, so you're going to be breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth throughout the carry of the odd object. After the odd object carry are the push-ups. This was incorporated in the workout to work on upper body strength, to help with crawling through mud or under obstacles. A few cues to keep in mind while doing the push-up is to have your core braced and your spine in neutral. Your hands can be placed in various areas, shoulder width apart or closer to your midline, or even a little bit further than shoulder width apart. It's also important to take your time doing this exercise. The goal is not to just build power, but to build a stronger and more endurant muscle. Right after the push-ups are the plank shoulder taps to continue to work on the upper body strength and endurance, and also to work on your core strength and endurance. It's very easy to do. You're in a push-up position and you hold on with one arm to the ground and touch your shoulder with the other arm. After the plank shoulder taps come the static plank with your elbows on the ground about shoulder width apart. You want to be bracing your core, keeping it tight, and trying to pull your belly button towards your spine. It's okay to have your hips slightly up, as you want to be doing a posterior pelvic tilt, trying to bring your bottom section of your abs towards your chest. But you don't want to have your hips too high because then you're not maintaining a neutral spine and the plank isn't maintained properly. To cool down from my workout, I'll be stretching my quads in this standing quad stretch. Following is the hamstring stretch with my foot on a box and me leaning forward. And to finish off, I'll be stretching my lower back. Something important to keep in mind when stretching your quads is that you don't want to be hiking your hip. You want to be in a posterior pelvic tilt and feeling a stretch in your quad area. For the hamstring stretch, you don't want to be feeling a pull in your lower back, but really a pull in the back of your leg right there. And it's not necessary to push on the leg, I'm just resting my hands there. And you simply need to bend your hips until you start to feel a stretch in the back of your leg.
The final stretch that I'm going to show you is the cat and cow. It's for your lower back and abdominals. You're going to put yourself in the quadruped position and you're going to arch your back and round your back. When you arch your back, you're taking a deep breath in and letting your abdominals relax. And when you're rounding your back, you're exhaling and trying to pull your belly button towards your spine, getting a nice strong abdominal contraction. I hope you enjoyed the video and that I passed my exam. Thanks for watching.